Hey Inspired Tribe, how's it going? It's Jean Nolan here. It's Kristin Nolan here. Welcome to a wonderful new Live Inspired live stream. It is Monday, April 27th, 2020. And we welcome you all. We're so excited you're here. We hope you had a great weekend. We hope you are inspired. And let's start this, as we always do, with our mantra. You remember our mantra? We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. This is so powerful. I know you think, let's just get this over with and say it. No, it is really, really powerful and important. We are healthy, we are wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. And you're going to see how important this is going to be today. And I'm going to see who's all here. Welcome you all. Take a little more time. People have asked for a little more time to jump on a live stream so they can all get on there, and there's, so we don't rush into things. I want to say welcome and good morning and good afternoon and good evening wherever you're at. Hey Black Sky, hey Angelica, hey Emma, hey Kelly, hey Tiger Lily. Let me see. Hey Rosie, it's so good to see you. Hey Pragya, hey, let's see who else is here today. Y'all have been active. Hey Agni, how's it going? Welcome to Scotland. There's a discussion. Hey Ellen, hey Larry, hey Moonshadow. There's a lot going on already. And you know how we're going to kick this off. It's like we've been doing it for a while now with a wonderful little meditation and the purpose. It's called the Chit Shakti meditation. And the purpose of this meditation is to move into an aligned space, move beyond this body, move beyond this mind, and get together in this invisible realm. And that's kind of the image that we can all hold is, as we're together here on the left stream, we can also get together in the field of infinite possibilities so we can have this beautiful live stream from an aligned point of view today. Are you guys ready? So what I will do is, for those of you who are new, simply breathe with me. We'll breathe in and breathe out and just follow my voice, and you can repeat in your mind what I'm saying. This powerful little repetition. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. So for the next 5 minutes, let's connect. Let's do this. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. And when you're ready, at your own pace, in your own time, open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome back, Inspired Tribe. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful little meditation, this connection. Let me welcome those who have joined in between. Lori, have we welcomed Drew? Welcome Drew, welcome Illy, welcome Avi Avi, welcome Amazing Miracles, welcome Halala, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is indeed a very, very important live stream for me today, for us today, and we have called this the
He also it's difficult to hear.
It's difficult to hear. Can you hear me better now? We have tried to work with the equipment. We have tried to make the audio better. I don't know that it's really on our side, but let us know if it works better now. So I called this, or we called this today, the Peaceful Warrior. And it's interesting because this this coming through has been in the works for a few weeks now. It's been coming up in all of my meditations. It's becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. And so today I want to take you on a journey, and I want you to know that it is always coming from a place of pure love. That is why we do this meditation. That is why we tune in. That is why we connect with each other. And we all have this warrior within us. And I love this. It almost sounds like it's a paradox, the peaceful warrior. But if you look at the best fighters are those who usually don't fight. And the best fight is the one who isn't fought at all. And the best war is the one who doesn't take place at all. But there is such a thing as, the peaceful warrior. And most of all, this peaceful warrior, she or he, they stand in their truth. That is the true peaceful warrior mode. It's to stand in your truth. And that means that you're not a leaf in the wind blowing around. It means that once you have discovered who you are, once you have discovered your truth, you stand firm in it. And never has it been more important than now, because as much as I don't like to use these words, there is truly a war going on, and the war has been going on for a while, and we have been working through this love stream and live stream and through the past years, we have been working to spread love, to spread awareness, to spread consciousness, to be the inspired tribe. That's not just, it would be so easy to come on here and simply give you a little bit of feel good every day. And we do that because it's real and it's authentic, but it's not everything. Because if we wanted to do just that, it would be really easy. And that's what a lot of so-called teachers do around the planet. They give people something that makes them feel good for a little while, and then they say, but you gotta come back. And you gotta come back. We're gonna sell you more of that stuff. And I don't believe that's the truth. The truth is, for you to be inspired to stand in your own truth, for not needing anyone else, for not needing anyone to take you by the hand and walk you through life. That's not true living. True living is when you stand in your truth. And it has become abundantly clear that, for the past years and decades, all of us have been on a journey. And all of us have seen things going on around the planet that we didn't like, and all of us have seen things that we did like, and we have made our decisions, and we are making our decisions every day. But when I say there's a war going on, I mean it. There's a war going on for your soul. There's a war going on for your mind. There's a war going on for your body. And the war has arrived at our shores. And I don't mean this in a let's go out, grab our guns and fight ways. Not at all. It's a spiritual war. But this spiritual war is taking form in the physical as well. And it isn't about going and fighting, because the people that do that, it's a constant pushing against. And I want to let you know that years ago, Kristin and I learned a wonderful technique where it's called the force within. And it is about how you really understand your true power. Your true power has nothing to do with your muscles. Your true power has nothing to do with your physical abilities. Your true power is understanding the eternal energetic being who you are. And in this, when we did this at the seminar, what would happen is there would be 3 or 4 people that would grab and hold you really tight, okay? People that were bigger and stronger than you. And when you tried to push against it with your physical body, there was no chance to get out of it, okay? They hold you, they were stronger than you, there was more physical force than you. You push against, no chance. But when you understand who you are, and when you're moving forward, trust me, 5, 6 people couldn't hold me. They could not hold me. I was simply moving forward out of that situation in peace and in love. That's the kind of fight. That's the kind of peaceful warrior that I'm talking about here. And this is happening. I mean, there is so much beyond the physical eye. There's so much beyond our normal understanding that is possible. And it is all energy. It is all energy. So if you think this is a physical fight, that's where it begins to go, the downward spiral energetically. It's not a physical fight. It's something that is about understanding who you really are and standing in your truth. And also drawing the line in the sand. It is important. We are in physical bodies. We have physical experience. We have this physical planet that we're custodians of, okay? It's our duty to take care of this wonderful planet. It is our duty to treat it right. It is our duty to bring love and peace and harmony to this planet. And it is our duty as humans, as souls, as spirits, as eternal creators, to draw a line in the sand and to understand, as we are in this physical experience, there's not such a thing as going along with everything. There's a part, there's a time, there's a moment where you need to stand in your truth, okay? Where you need to stand in your truth, and that is true freedom. When you stand in your truth, you have understood true freedom. And this line in the sand, Kristin and I have talked about it many, many times over the years, and we've talked about it just this morning. And there are physical signs, okay, that come to us. Physical signs that will show us which path we will take moving forward. And there are 2 physical signs that are becoming very, very clear right now in the physical reality, and that will determine the future of us all. It will determine what path we will take as humanity. And both have been in the works for a while, and now they're coming out as being a really, really good solution for this so-called problem that we're all facing, and both are coming through a way of force, whether we see it or not. The one is going to be a forced vaccine, and the other one is going to be something like a digital certificate or a chip in your body. And I'm saying this not out of fear, but just because I'm seeing the signs and I understand that this awareness at this moment in time, and this has been given to me so many times in the deeper realms, there are these signs. And this is my line that I draw in the sand. We've talked about it many times. This is where we give up freedom, real freedom. Once you are inevitably connected to something that is outside of you, to another human being that has force over you, that has control over you, your freedom is gone. And this is what I mean by standing in your truth. And we don't usually spell things out here. We talk about spiritual concepts. We talk about understanding. We talk about being in your truth. But this is something that I wanted to say it like I see it. I want you to know that if you stand in your truth, and if you say no and say yes to your path of freedom, then there is this path of freedom forward. If you say, I'm scared, so I'm going to do what I'm told to do, there is no more freedom. This is how this is a spiritual thing, and it has come in our lives in smaller portions. And if you never heard the story that Wayne Dyer told in one of his books and lectures about the lady who talks about the chapters of her life, and she walks down the same street, and she falls into the same hole, and it takes forever to get out, and she realizes it's her own fault until she finally walks down another street. And this is it. We have had this freedom paradigm in our history as humans so many times, and this is it. We're here now where it's a decision. It's really important, and that's where I draw the line. Not with me. I am a free being. I'm a spiritual free creator. I have total and utter freedom. I know how to live it. I know how to handle it. And there's nothing and no one that can or will take that away from me. And I wanted to make this statement today because for me, it is empowerment to understand this. It is empowerment to stand in your truth. It is real empowerment. Not a fake thing, not something that is dependent on what is happening around you and other people. It's real me, truth here. That's where I draw the line. I draw the line in the sand somewhere, and I can only encourage you to find that line for yourself as well. I don't know if it's the same as mine, but there is a line for me, so I trust there must be a line for you too. Where are you going to stand in your own truth, and where are you going to let others take control? That always, for me, has been the message from the best teachers. And the best teachers that I've had throughout my life were the ones who made me question myself, made me question the physical reality, made me question everything. Because if you haven't thought the thought, trust me, someone else has. And if you don't take the time to think the thought, everything that is important for you in your life, if you don't take the time to think it, someone else has thought it for you and made a decision for you. But you don't want it. You want to make that decision for yourself. So you have to think it. You have to come to an understanding for yourself. You have to find the truth for yourself. There's no one that can find it for you. There's no such thing. You can get guidance. You can get inspiration. You can get encouragement. You can get provoked. It's fine. There's a place for that. I want to provoke sometimes. Sometimes I want to trigger. It's important. Because if it makes you think, there's a reason for that, okay? There's a reason for that. It's part of the human experience. So, above all, and at the foundation of all of this is always love. Love always is above everything. It's the stuff the universe is made of. It's the stuff that, when you live it, it fulfills you, it fills up your room, it fills up your space, it fills up your relationships. That's it. Okay? Standing in your truth is pure love. And that means to know when you're not here, how to step back into it, how to come back into the space of alignment. And there's nothing to be afraid of. Because pure freedom means that you love life, and you understand that life doesn't end with the end of your physical body. It doesn't begin with the beginning of your physical body. This is one chapter in this eternal journey. And once you understand that, we can let go of those fears of dying, and the only thing that to me feels like something that is completely undesirable is to never live a life fully, is to never play the music that is inside of me, is to never be who I truly am. That's what I mean by someone else taking control of you. It's when you never who you truly are. And when you don't play the music, you're not going to be fulfilled. That to me is standing in your truth, and only you have the power to do that. There's no one else who can do it for you. And trust me, there's no one else out there who has the answers for you. But there are those who can give you a little incentive. There are those who can give you encouragement. There are those who can uplift you. And that some days, I do that. Some days, I do that. I feel inspired to uplift someone. I feel inspired to help someone to step into their true power. Let me see what you guys are saying. I want to scroll up a little bit. Okay, so I scrolled up a little bit, so I might be behind. It takes more courage to be still and let go. That's what Rosie says. Drew says, 2 paths you can go by. You can always change the road you're on. I agree, Drew. Always. Rosie says something beautiful here. Rosie says, it feels great not to explain my position anymore. Confidence is knowing your truth without having the need to be right. Wow, this isn't it a beautiful journey when you step away and say, okay, you do you, I do me, it's fine. That's something that feels very freeing for me to. Now, I would be lying if I said I get it every time. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out, I just don't need to be right here. It's okay. I can just walk away from it. Drew says, my landlord, my girlfriend, people in try to do bad. In what?
In Trader Joe's.
Oh, in Trader Joe's, tried to do bad things to me. I stand in light love. All of them only receive my love. Today they found love. Love wins always. So when you stand in love, you stand in your truth, right? Now, isn't that the most powerful feeling? That's what I meant. This is not about pushing against. You can't push against. But when you stand in your truth, you're not pushing against. You're simply allowing for your true power to expand all around you, for that love to expand all around you. And whoever accepts it, accepts it. Who doesn't, doesn't. It's none of your business either. But that's true power to me. Michael says, if you need to learn this from him, you're in trouble. I don't know what that means, Michael. Then Ellen says, I agree with your message. Thank you. Drew says, I've never been like this before for this family. Thank you. Thank you all. Rosie says, is this like the mark of the beast? Interesting. So we talked about what I mentioned earlier was, so I wanna for those of you who haven't done this, I've done this all my life, ever since I was 13, 14. I have looked behind the veil, and if I hadn't, I would never be sitting here. I wouldn't have discovered wonderful, beautiful teachers. I wouldn't have discovered Abraham Hicks. I wouldn't have discovered so many wonderful people. If I had just lived by what everyone else told me to do, I wouldn't be here. But that meant to discover things that were, that I didn't have words for. Things that I didn't even believe could be possible, but they are. But that's to be in your truth. That means to be in your truth. If you close your eyes when the tornado is coming, and I've seen tornadoes, when you close your eyes when a tornado is coming, and there is shelter right there, and you don't walk in there, It is basically saying, I don't give a shit. I don't care. When I close my eyes, the tornado is not there. But that's not how it works. Have you ever heard the story about the guy who fell in the river and he was drowning? And the first boat that came by, people wanted to pull him out, and he said, no, God is going to save me. I believe in God. God's going to save me. And so the boat, goes by, and finally, someone comes from above, from the bridge, and throws him a rope. And he says, no, God's going to save me. I don't need your help. And then eventually, someone swims by and tries to pull him out. And he said, you don't need to help me. God is going to save me. And the guy drowns. And he finally, meets God. And he says, I believed in you. You let me down. You didn't save me. And God says, I sent you a boat. I sent you a rope. And I sent you a swimmer to pull you out. And you didn't do anything. You see what I mean? It's about standing in your own truth. If you feel inspired, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if you feel inspired to have someone else have forceful control over you, go ahead and do it. If that's what you feel inspired to, I don't believe you do. And that's why I'm saying this, to stand in your own truth, because you're going to have to make that decision. That decision is now upon us. For years and years and years, there was something somewhere nebulous. We couldn't grab it. We couldn't know it. We couldn't really see it. We could see it, but it was not as visible. It's visible now. It's visible. And what I'm saying is, up until this point, if we do this as humanity, if we do this, if we enter this age where everyone is being chipped, we cross the Rubicon. There's no going back from that. And that's not being dark. That's not being pessimistic. That's not being negative. But that's it. If we cross that bridge, there is no going back. That's why I'm saying this. That's why we're using a platform that, we talk about spiritual concepts, but this to me is a spiritual concept. It means to give up the ultimate control over yourself, to give up freedom. That's my 2 cents for today. 5 cents, as my wonderful wife would say. Let me see what people say. Alan G says, look past the veils of illusion and stand in your power, stand in your truth, and be part of the critical mass. And there's words, and Joe Spice says, peaceful warrior yoga practice was my morning practice on Adrian's yoga playlist. I feel I was drawn to listen tonight because of my conflict of peace, yet being an activist. Thank you so much. By the way, we love Adrian. Yoga with Adrian, absolutely fit. Listen. This might take a little longer because I have a few more thoughts that I want to share with you. And not everything that we hear all day from so-called masters and teachers is always aligned. Have you considered that they have fears too? Have you considered that they have life conflicts too? And not always everything that is coming from them is always aligned? It is how it is. We're humans, right? So not everything is always aligned. And sometimes fear gets the better of everyone. Now, when that happens, it is best. For me, I'm quiet. When I feel fear getting the better of me, I'm just getting quiet because I know I can't be of benefit to anyone, not to myself, let alone to anyone else. But if you consider that, then know that the only real inspiration is to find your own voice, your own truth. And it doesn't mean to go along with everything. Now, a lot of the powerful people that I have met have given into belief that there's nothing to do. And you can believe that, but there's no need for you to become physical, no need for you to be on the human plane, no need for you to be on the planet if you don't want to do anything about anything. If you just want to go along with everything, that's totally fine, but to go float through the universe, I don't think that's the physical plane is the time and space for not doing anything. That's why it is a balance between wonderful being and inspired doing. And not going along with something that isn't inspired. And how many times have we said, okay, if it takes that for me to do this, then okay, I will do it. I will go along with it. I'll tell you something. If you today if you're where we're from in Austria, if you want to start a business, you have to get so many licenses and pay so many fees that it's hard. It's next to impossible for anyone that doesn't have a big company behind him to start a new business. So when people stop going along with everything, things change. But they don't change because you push against. It's because you find a new place of alignment, because you find your truth. You find a new place of freedom. You don't go and tear buildings down. You don't go and start fires. You don't go and fight people physically. That never has been the solution. But you got to live your truth. You got to stand in your real power. If you don't do that, then your life is, what is it worth? What is it worth if you don't do that? What is it worth if you're not a peaceful warrior? If you don't feel this lion power within you that at times needs to come out. It needs to come out. You need to feel it. You need to feel who you are. You're a powerful being. You are a powerful being. That doesn't mean that we always say yes. It doesn't mean that we always say yes. Drew says, March 27th, which was Noah's birthday, by the way, my reawakening was told something big towards end of year, from off the planet, positive, all is well, no chips, the change in 2021, the roaring 20 starting 2022. So Drew says, we're not only going to be alright, we're going to really love what's coming. I so agree with you totally. And I want to go through the comments here too. Black Sky, we don't need to know how Source will take care of that part. Right, Black Sky, don't be nervous. What are we going to do? Rohit asked the question, what are we going to do about vaccines if it's going to be forced? So, in our experience, we have gone through a lot of periods where things appeared to be forced and we were not affected. Okay, we somehow didn't have to do it, found a way around, found a way through, and so that is one aspect of it. We stood in this belief and knowing that it wouldn't affect us. It didn't affect us. We're standing in the belief that this coming ahead requires just that. It will, and let's talk about it. Let's not be scared about it, okay? This is being proposed on so many levels. It's not something that, should be kept silent. This is the proposal. The whole world should be vaccinated to cure this so-called problem. And I don't participate. I don't want to. I don't feel it. I don't feel inspired to do it. It doesn't feel authentic to me. I'm not going to put anything into my body. I'm on record here saying that, and I'm fine with it. And I don't see why this should cause any problems for anyone. I don't expect it to. If there are other scenarios, I'm fine with it. I'm fine to, I'm fine with everything because I'm not scared. I'm not scared of dying. And if that's part of it, so be it. That's fine too. Someone said in a dark way how to describe freedom is if someone holds a gun to your head and you said pull the trigger, that's when you're free too. Because then you know that there is nothing and no one that can impose their will on you. This is freedom too. Freedom has everything in it. So I believe standing in your truth. And when you say no, it means no. When you say yes, it means yes. When you're clear about what that means, where your line in the sand is, then this might not be a problem for you. The more people understand how standing in their truth works, and how clarity works, and how being an aligned being works, we might not have to answer that question on a global scale because maybe it will not arise. It is definitely being proposed, but I don't see that people tearing down buildings or people doing something in violence will change anything. I do see that people becoming who they really are and waking up to their true power, that's always the game changer. You cannot impose your will on someone who knows who they are because they're not afraid of anything. When they're not afraid of anything, how can you force them to do anything, right? You see, fear is this factor. Fear is what makes people do what they don't want to do. And freedom is what makes people do what they want to do, okay? That's the difference. Fear makes you do what you don't want to do, and freedom makes you only do what you want to do. And that's just something you have to decide for yourself. I can only tell you where I stand. And I can only tell you that it is not from a place of mental thinking that I came to this conclusion. I came to this conclusion through years and years of understanding and learning who I am and coming to that place of real awareness. That's where I come from. So, let me see. So Joe Spice Blackwood Root Designs, I love that name. Short and sweet. So does that mean that contrast between balancing as a warrior is okay? I guess it's a journey of knowing ourselves. Well, contrast, doesn't it make you grow? Doesn't it make you evolve? Doesn't it make you... Contrast does that to me. I fall in this world where I see something that I so don't like. And then I understand that I'm not part of it. It's not really my energy. And I see something that I so do love, and I move more into that energy. Contrast is the spice of life. I don't know how we would live this beautiful journey if we didn't have contrast. Drew says, no vaccination, no way, Jose. Yeah, that's my line in the sand. Black Sky says, people around me trip about if we die. If we die, we go home to source energy. So what? When it's time to go, it's time to go. Okay, so another thought that came up for me on this walk today is the current narrative is, above anything, we need to save lives. And as much as I cherish and love life, the moment that you say that, you open this box of Pandora, because where are you going to draw the line? We haven't done this as humanity ever. We have never ever said we all have to do one thing to save everyone, which never happens because it's an individual awareness too. But to understand this is, to me, it means then that you make yourself so small. You live in such a small, minimal world of total control. How much is it worth anyways? How much is your life worth when living like that is the presented solution? That's what I'm asking you. I'm not talking about a few weeks of kicking back and slowing down and just relaxing and this journey has been good for us. I'm talking about a proposed, prolonged, very controlled state that none of us wants. That's not freedom. That's not what we want, right? That's not what we desire. So is it worth it? And if it's worth it for you, do it. It's your decision. It's your life. It's your freedom. So don't be afraid of a discussion that's going on here. Don't be afraid of things that are coming up. Don't try to push back, because truth needs to see the light of day. It needs to see the light of day. Freedom from fear, and nothing that is brought up here is being wrong. If you say, if you look at what has been done to the numbers, if you look at what has been done to fool us in such big and open ways, I feel sometimes that it's almost like a play that is really badly orchestrated, okay? But this has to come up, and don't be afraid. Don't dwell on it either. Once you understand it, don't dwell on it, okay? But don't be afraid of looking at what is. If you're so afraid to look at it, you're afraid of contrast. If you're afraid of contrast, you're really afraid of growth. And if you're afraid of growth, what the hell's going to happen? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's empowerment. It's freedom. It's what really is. That's empowerment and freedom. That's how you stand in your truth. If you push away because it's uncomfortable, if you push it away because it's uncomfortable, it's going to come back stronger. And if you push it away, it's going to come back stronger. If you not face it, not face reality, but if you allow it, if you just allow the moment, if you've ever listened to Eckhart Tolle, if you ever listened to what he says, allow it. Be there, allow it. Don't fight it. Don't push it down. Don't push it back. If you're scared of hearing that what's on the news is total fake bullshit, then you have another thing coming, because it's total fake bullshit. It has been, probably for many, 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 many years. But it doesn't mean that you cannot be aligned with truth. It just means that you have to expand your awareness, expand your consciousness, look beyond, at what's on the surface. Look beyond the programming. Look beyond the programming. That's what we've been saying for so long. It's a program. Reality isn't real. Reality isn't this one thing that we all perceive the same way. But there is a fight on for what you believe, because what you believe can be very powerful for many people. What you believe should only be important for you. It should only have power over you. And that's the different kind of, that's why I said it's a different kind of war. See, in most wars, one side wants to have power over the other side, and the other side wants to have power over this side. But here it's different. We don't want power over anyone else. We just want power and freedom for ourselves. That's a whole different story. I don't want to control anyone. I don't want to impose my beliefs on anyone else. I don't want anyone else to live the way I do just because I say so. But I want to have my freedom to do and live as I see fit, as long as I'm not hurting anyone else. That's all that I desire. That's the peaceful warrior that I am. Isn't that a big difference? When someone wants to control me, that's a whole different story, but I don't want to control anyone. No one. I just want to have this freedom and peace for myself. That's what I'm willing to stand up for. That's why I'm willing to stand in my truth. That's what inspires me every day. It has been for so many years. So many years. That's why I want to inspire you to do that same thing. We want to do that every day. That's why we call this whole thing Inspired. There's a reason for that. There's a bigger reason for that. A really, really big reason for that. So, there's some interesting comments here. Some of about, let's say, Alan says our president is against mandated vaccines. Yes, I agree. We all agree with that, but we don't have, see, what I meant is, up until now, when we had these situations, it was either Asia here or Europe there or some country here. Now it's worldwide. That's why, and we're speaking to people around the planet. This is not just USA. We have, in many ways, it's as you said, you know, we have a president that absolutely doesn't believe in forced vaccines and stuff like that, which is short term. It is a good thing, but what I'm saying here is, I don't even want to put my trust in the president. Here, this is about you. It's about your power. Understanding, even if there was another woman or guy standing there saying something else, which there are many, it's about your power. It's about what's in here. It's about you, the peaceful warrior. And I agree with you, that is positive. But this is a worldwide thing. And in many countries, the situation is different. The belief system is different. The governments are different. And this is about all the peaceful warriors around the planet waking up to their true power within, to the true light within, to being who they really are. We have seen this over and over again, guys. We used to go out and talk about freedom. We used to have these big talks and taught people about freedom, taught people about the legal system and the financial system and stuff like that. You wouldn't believe the power sometimes that went on, the energy that we had at seminars. And we had government agencies that wanted to stop us to do that. We had so much outside force that wanted us to stop. It never happened because the energy was so high. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. If you come from a place of pure love, of pure understanding of who you are, not even a machine gun can stop you because it's who you are. You're above everything. You're above, your vibration is so much higher than any control system ever could be. But for that, this is not a mental game. This is not, oh, I know who I am. You have to feel it. You have to be it. You have to be the peaceful warrior. You have to stand in your truth. There's no one that can do it for you. You are the one. You always have been, and only you can do it. Only you can do it. I'm going to have to go back and read all the comments. Hilly says, I needed that pep talk example. Rosie says, my hope is to create harmony and discuss how we individually create our own reality and courage and not political pursuit or persuasion. If this comes over as anyhow political, I don't know. Then it's not my intention, I guess. And we all hear whatever we hear. But this has nothing to do with politics whatsoever. This has exactly something to do with creating your own reality. Nothing else. It's just about creating your own reality. Understanding that you don't need a billion people. You don't need, we've been taught that democracy means that the majority, you don't need a majority. You just need you. But you need you 100%. You need the 100% you to do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to create. That's all I'm saying here. With that, I'm going to invite my wonderful wife in. And although we had a little bit of a different topic today, I think we should still play the center of the circle. What do you say?
If everybody's
Are you guys still want to do it today? I knew I was going to stir the pot today. I knew this was going to happen. I'm not apologizing for it. This was my intention. Either someone or a few of you or most of you probably needed to hear it. Whatever the reason is, I'm not apologizing.
Why should you apologize?
I'm not. I knew I was going to stir the pot.
Hey guys, how are you today? I think sure means, does it mean you
Yeah.
should play the game?
Thank you, Drew. Thank you all for every comment that you're putting out there. By the way, I'm going to throw this out there before we start this game. I had this idea because
Hey everybody.
we want to keep this live stream in kind of the format that we had. We love it. We love co-creating with you. But I had this idea of creating maybe a new format, maybe once a week, where I want to look at what is going on the planet from a more spiritual, energetic viewpoint and discuss it that way. Discuss it from a different perspective, not like everyday news kind of thing. And if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll do it like once a week, maybe on a Sunday or something. I don't know yet, not sure. It's just an idea that's floating around, but something that it's been in my head for a while. Drew, I had a feeling that you might be interested in that. So I'm gonna keep thinking about it a little bit more, gathering some stuff together, and then I'll just invite you for the first live stream, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, center of the circle. Ellen, thank you. Kelly, see, I could almost point you guys out. I knew. So, center of the circle. For those of you who are new today, thank you so much for joining us. If you've joined today, you've seen a totally different live stream than we usually have, but that's fine. The center of the circle is an amazing game where we pick one person that's going to be in the center of our attention, and then we all tune into their energy, and then words come up or colors come up, and whatever comes up, we share in the live box, in the live chat here. So who did we say? It was Agni's turn today, right?
I think so.
Yes. So Agni from Scotland has been with us, I think, since day one. She might have missed one or two live streams. If there was a batch, you would get it. If there was, anything like that, you would get it. Agni has been here forever. So Drew has been, I think you were a close second, Drew. Anyways, we love that Agni's in the center. Agni's in the center of the circle today. So let's tune in.
Loving, joyful, fun, caring, elegance, pure joy, beautiful. I love that. Childlike. I love that too. Free. What a beautiful word. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful radiance.
Stewardship. I like that word.
Stewardship. Pure love. peaceful. Light, purple royalty.
Oh, wow. Angela, beautiful.
So much love and light. Happy. Pink. Happy. Gentle yet very powerful.
Of course. So, Pragya says, can you explain this? No one really knows Agni other than from the live chat. What we do is you can look at her name and close your eyes and see, if anything comes up for you. You just try to feel her energy. And then if a word comes up or if a color comes up, just share it in the comments. It's about feeling each other. And Agni gave us permission that, she's going to be in the center of the circle today.
Kelly says, I see pink too. Yes, child. Sweet, kind and loving, brave, playful, joyful. Wow, the radiance is so strong.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Yes, purple royalty. Breath of fresh air. Sheba Queen. Motherly, lovingly and kind, lovely and happy laughter. White flower. Strong white light. Yes. Agni, how does it feel? I want to know.
Queen, crown, and scepter, yes.
Beautiful. What a beautiful word. Loves life. Leaf green. Nymph of nature. Joyful. Would love to hang out and talk to Agni for a long time.
Agni says, wow, I'm amazing. I'm just kidding. You know what she's saying. Organic, true to herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's also
Loyal. Mm-hmm.
a loyal soul.
Mm-hmm. Old soul.
I feel like if you're Agni's friend, you're Agni's friend. She's gonna be there, come hell or high water.
Is in her heart space.
Beautiful, Rohit. That's a beautiful way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Agni's in Scotland. I'd love to hear her accent.
And pink is my favorite color, says Agni. Aw. Agni, did you read any surprises? Beautiful, I love that.
Me too. I'm just enjoying these comments and just being quiet.
Well, you said a lot today.
It sounds like too much when you say it.
No, it's all good. Agnes disbelief you don't want to hear my accent.
Why not? I love it.
God loves her.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yellow radiance with red tint and life. So easy, clear, magnetic, fun. A beacon of light, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Agnieszka Mikolayachak, or how do you, I don't know. I have Slavic roots, but I would say, is that Polish originally?
She's free and independent.
Yes.
Beautiful. But I'm Polish, yes.
I would still love to hear it. Does Does anyone else call you Agni, or is it just us? Exactly. It's such an American thing, isn't it true? We see a name, it's long, we go, what's the short? We do it. Try it with my name. Oh, I do have people in town that call me Jay. So, yeah.
Yeah, because Sean is really very difficult. Joyful investigator. Clear too.
We're talking so fast, yeah. Drew says, yeah, but this is such an American thing, I feel. Nowhere in the world are names being shortened as much as here. We
Sometimes
abbreviate,
butchered.
yeah. Sometimes butchered, but hey. It's always from a good heart, it's just make it easier.
Yes.
America. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, but I share your pain, Agni. I get Jean. I get Jen. I get John. I get John a lot here. I don't mind. I guess it stops with Jean. It's true. It's true. See, we're originally from Europe. We all learn 2 or 3 languages at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different, yeah. Someone says it's because other countries learn more than one language. Yeah. I grew up with a bunch of languages. There's nothing out of the ordinary in Europe. Now we're curious.
Yeah, now we're super curious.
Black Sky says, that's why I'm Black Sky. My real name is too long. You would really mess it up. Well, give us a chance to mess it up. Well, if I have butchered any name, I am sorry. I feel your pain. Been there a million times, but it comes from a place of love. I do my best. If you can phonetically correct me in the live chat, please do it. I'll try to do my best. But just to go back to the beautiful words that you all found for Ilianis Lagos, that's beautiful.
Is this Italian?
No,
Lagos?
no, that's...
Could
No.
be Italian.
No, I think that's originally more a Spanish name.
I'm not Greek.
So, and because of Phoebe, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for finding those wonderful words for Agni today. The power is amazing, and we just love this, and we love that we can share in such a wonderful co-creative space. It's beautiful. Puerto Rican and Mexican, yeah. So that's where we're gonna jump off for today. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna be here again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard, as always. For those of you who are curious, this is our kind of almost the official like channel merch shirt. Blah, 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 lots of words. It came in yesterday, the Inspired shirt. If you want one like that, go in a merch store, check it out. We also had a giveaway, and I think someone named Cynthia won it.
Yes, she wanted us to call her Cece.
Cece wanted, Cece, if you're here, congratulations. We're going to shout you out on the community tab as well. And life is every day for those of you who are not with us from Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Central Standard. The birthday season is over. All our kids' birthdays are done with, so we won't have any holidays Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Central Standard, and, we'll see you tomorrow. So, have a wonderful,
Peaceful,
exciting,
abundant,
joyful,
blissful,
inspired,
divine,
amazing. I want you to say it.
adventurous,
Fruitful,
rest of your day.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.